Jordan.
Attention guests in the luggage claim area, welcome to the Jordania Volcano Hotel. A couple of quick reminders before you approach the elevator towards the lobby. Jordan's Soapbox is a show broadcasted on site and supported via Patreon. If you would like to support what I do and not cause the country of Jordania economic ruin, consider supporting it for behind-the-scenes access and other rewards. It's recommended frequent visitors subscribe to the channel and ring the bell for updates whenever new videos are made. Do you want to hang out with your fellow guests? Consider jacking in to the Cyberpunk Jordan Discord, where you can hang out with me and talk about Sonic and Sega stuff, among other things. And now, our elevator shaft will be departing for the lobby area. Thank you for your attention and enjoy your stay.
Hello my gummy bears, my name is Jordan, also known as CJ, and welcome back to Jordan's Soapbox, the show that talks about anything that I want to talk about. So love is in the air on this episode of Jordan's Soapbox, and it stinks when it comes to Archie Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog infamously has had a lot of failed love interests in this comic. Even Scourge the Hedgehog references this fact, which I know what you're thinking. This is a comic based on a blue hedgehog that runs really fast. Shouldn't this be focused on anything but who Sonic is dating? Yes. Unfortunately, the writers and editorial staff did not get that memo. After the infamous slap of Sonic 134, because, you know, that's totally what the readership wanted to see happen, I'm being sarcastic, we were subjected to Sonic dating several girls before coming back to Sally nearly 100 issues later. And not one of you thought to do this earlier. Anyway, I've made my stances on Sun Alley and how important it is to the comic known, but what about those other ships? The other ships that sadly sunk into the ocean of love. Well, let's talk about them and grade them on a totally arbitrary scale that will totally not result in a war in my comment section. Sonic X Minor! So controversial opinion. I think this ship could have worked. Sonic the Hedgehog and Mina Mongoose had a lot of chemistry together, and their relationship had been built up in issues since her debut in Sonic the Hedgehog 76. Mina was an orphan, albeit not for long, that would take a fancy to the blue blur thanks to his heroics and similar speed. The relationship was never an official one, as this was before Sonic 134, so Sonic was still in love with Sally, much to the heartbreak of Mina. However, after that crime against humanity, the ship could have been official, as it was revealed Mina still had feelings for Sonic during the events of Target, and Sonic the Hedgehog seemingly did as well. But of course, her boyfriend Ash Mongoose had to be chosen over him, and blah 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 blah. There's a reason why we threw that character into the sun. If this ship would have continued and materialized into something official, the two being together would have been an interesting scenario both on the action-adventure and romance storylines. For instance, Mina Mongoose would absolutely be more of a target for Dr. Eggman due to her closeness with Sonic. And how would that affect the actions of Sonic and their relationship? It's something that I think could have worked. I mean, it would mean that Mina Mongoose will be with someone instead of that deadbeat, no good Ash Mongoose, a character so terrible that in one future, Mina must have dumped him for Tails. I will offer no further comments. 9 out of 10. Sonic X Fiona! There is no chemistry between these two at all. They don't look cute together, you just feel awful on the inside. In fact, based on the stories at the time, it actually doesn't make any sort of sense at all. Knuckles the Echidna 26 introduced the real Fiona Fox, who was duplicated into a robot seen in earlier Sonic stories. Fiona was imprisoned in one of Dr. Robotnik's facilities, and was left behind accidentally by Sonic and Mighty. Fiona would hold resentment over the two, and have a sordid life as a treasure hunter until the events of the Quantum Dial. That's when she realized the heroicness of Sonic and joined the Freedom Fighters, and started to date Sonic because... Wait a minute. What is the reason why they dated? This isn't really a gag. I legitimately can't find the reason why they started dating, at least before Ian Flynn took over. You know, Sonic and Mina at least had mutual interests and chemistry. These two are just like oil and water. Coupled with the fact that their relationship wouldn't offer anything much of interest to the comic, and in fact the stuff they did contribute was so bad, such as forced friction between Sonic and Tails, yeah, this ship is definitely not one of my favorites. It was retconned later that Fiona started dating Sonic because of Evil Sonic's impersonation of him in the other war crime of Sonic 150-151, although Fiona wasn't seen or mentioned during the events of those issues, and she ran off with Evil Sonic/Scourge. I am Amy Rose in this scene. Except the jumpsuit. The jumpsuit is cool. 0 out of 10. Ugh. Sonic's bunny! Speaking of icky things that resulted from Sonic the Hedgehog 150-151, let's talk about Sonic and Bunny. No. Now, it's true that there is some flirting between these two in early Sonic comics, but that was dropped fairly quickly in favor of Bunny and Antoine being together, and I like those two together. Until it was decided that this would not be a thing anymore because Patch was impersonating Antoine, and that's still so freaking dumb as bricks, and I am still salty about that twist. With Evil Sonic impersonating Sonic and the two, there were some romantic hints between the two. It would mercifully end with the return of the real Antoine. I don't support this ship at all because there's just all kinds of ick surrounding it. I like them as friends, and that's how they should and would remain for the rest of the series. Thank gosh. 1 out of 10. 1 point for southernness. Sonic X Amy! Hoo boy, I have been with this fandom a long time to know that the mere mention of this ship will cause an utter flame war. Ever since Amy Rose first appeared in Sonic the Hedgehog 25, her romantic infatuation with Sonic has always been a core part of the character, along with Sonic's rejection of said advances. Nevertheless, there were some chances for the two to buckle down and be an official couple. One of the never-used ideas from Carl Ballers was to have Sonic and Amy become a couple on a desert island and keep that secret from Sally? Okay. Another was during the events of Iron Dominion, where Sally was dating the worst character, Monkey Khan, and Sonic and Amy were heavily implied to be exploring a romance. Although this didn't end up anywhere, as Sonic and Sally would reunite a couple issues later. In either case, I feel like the answer to my thoughts about the ship is maybe. Despite being two very different personalities and Sonic's constant rejections of Amy's romantic advances, I still think the two are adorable together and have undeniable heroism that bonds the two together. I would not have minded seeing the two be an official couple, but alas, you can't always get what you want. Or at least, everything you want. I still got Sonali back, so I mean I can take that. 8 out of 10. So, what did we learn today in today's exercise? That love is complicated. And weird if you're a blue hedgehog. And that's all for this episode of Jordan's Soapbox. If you must excuse me, I need to fend off the angry mob in my comments section. Thank you for visiting the Jordania Volcano Hotel. We hope that you'll visit again soon. Before you leave, would you like something from our gift shop? Becca has the latest and totally not looted goods from all over the world. One item of note is the subscribe button, coming from the US state of California. It works best when you ring its bell and turn on notifications, so you don't miss an episode of Jordan's Soapbox. We also have a limited edition video that we also think you might like, and a collection of Jordan's Soapbox episodes in a playlist, all for the price of... wait a minute. Free? We're giving these out for free? Becca, we are bankrupt!